Chopping it up with Ramel. Chopping it up with Ramel. Chopping it up with Ramel. No notes, straight from the throat. Chopping it up with Ramel. Chopping it up with Ramel. Chopping it up with Ramel. No notes, straight from the throat.
Good morning. Welcome to another edition of Chopping It Up with Ramel. No notes, straight from the throat. Hey, listen, what a great time to be in Atlanta today. Let me tell you, this city is on buzz. The city is on fire, and rightfully so. I mean, you have, since 2000 or 99, the Falcons are in the Super Bowl. On top of that, last night, Matty Ice, the return of Matty Ice, was awarded NFL MVP along with Offensive Player of the Year. What a great time it was. And let me tell you something, guys. That's not my choice. I still think Dak Prescott should have been MVP, but I'm not upset with the pick. I'm really not. Matt Ryan had a great season, a tremendous season at that. And rightfully so. Hey, good morning, Al. Good morning, Skip. I'm sorry. If you got a minute, Skip, call in about 10, 15 minutes, because I know there's some things you want to talk about. Al Davis says, rise up. Give me a call, Al. Let's talk about it. Let's chop it up. But Matt Ryan, he had a great season, a tremendous job he done to lead this team to where they are, the Super Bowl, that is, Super Bowl 51. You can't ask for a better season. You really can't. Although I thought that Dak Prescott should have been MVP, but that's okay. That is okay. Dak Prescott won Offensive Player of the Year, a Rookie Offensive Player of the Year, and what award deserving. Oh, but I'm gonna tell you something, guys, and I'm gonna get off topic just a bit. Dak Prescott is a class act. He is a class act. He was up against his teammate for Rookie Offensive of the Year. Hold on, I got a caller, guys. Good morning, who's on the line?
What's up, Ramel? How you doing, man?
I'm doing great. Who's this? Is this Al Davis?
This is Al Davis.
Good morning, Al. I know you are turned up this morning.
Hey, man, I could barely sleep last night, man. I'm ear to ear, man. And hey, first of all, I love the show, man. And
Appreciate that.
And I love it for two reasons. One is you're really on top of your game, man. And, no doubt about it. Whether you say something out on the freeway, I heard the Prescott thing, but he had a good case. But
yes.
Matt played off busy. And the other reason I love it, it's a law. So when these people get on the bandwagon, and these people be all sketchy, you can go back and you can scroll through the videos and you can say, wow, Al Davis did say, if they beat the Saints, that momentum is going to carry them. And I think we can go all the way. You remember that conversation?
Yes, I do remember that conversation.
So it's just a great feeling, man. I've been a season ticket holder, been a loyal fan, spent thousands of dollars on tickets and seats, and I mean, I'm so proud of my team. We just got to close it out, and I don't feel like they can't take nothing from us. We beat the Saints twice. We've been racking up all kind of points, and they can't say we didn't play nobody. We didn't beat the Saints. We've done it all, and to take out the Patriots, which I anticipate, I think that'll be a statement.
Hey, it's only fitting that you guys win the Super Bowl, especially with Matt Ryan being named MVP and Offensive Player of the Year. But let me ask you something. Being that he beat out Brady for that honor, do you think by announcing that award last night might hurt the Falcons today with Brady maybe being a little bit upset and he'll say, I'll show y'all who's the real MVP? What are your thoughts on that?
Well, Matt has been under a lot of scrutiny with the interception he was throwing earlier this year and to turn it around and to play like he's played. And I mean, you're talking about the number one offense. Brady can't dispute that, nor can we dispute what he's done through the years. But right now. You know what I mean? And right now, I think Matt is now showing that he can deal with the pressure, and I feel like it's his time, and I feel like the city needs it. And if any time they look good to win a Super Bowl, I gotta go with this year, man.
Okay. Hey, real quick, Joe MacDouzian said I should wear the shirt. Unfortunately, Joe, I can't wear the shirt. It's my daughter's shirt, but I just wanted to show some Falcon love this morning. I'm not a homer. It's really tough for me, but I'm going with the Falcons. I think they deserve this. They played well all season. They should get the win today. Hey, I appreciate you calling up. Wherever you're going to be, enjoy the game. Be safe. Have fun. I like the Falcons 34-27.
Hey, my man, I appreciate that. And keep up the good work with the show and enjoy the game. And I look forward to post-game. Hopefully it's good buzz and that for them.
Oh, speaking of the post-game, and I'm glad you brought that up to all those who's tuning in, there will not be a show tomorrow morning. It will be a show tonight, 30 minutes following the game, because we're going to have to chop it up one way or another. All right, Al, you have a good day. Enjoy the game. Hopefully you call back in with some enjoyment.
I sure will. You'll hear the whole city. All right, man.
Take care. Thanks for the call.
All right, later. Hey, no problem.
And there you go, guys. That was Al Davis giving me a call for his love. Season ticket holder. Says he spent thousands of dollars with the Falcons. He can't feel no better. Looks like his investment paid off. All the best to Allen and his team. And as I was saying, Dak Prescott, what a class act this guy is. He beats out his teammate for Offensive Rookie of the Year. He brings him up on an award. And before he can say anything, he asks, does anyone has a knife so that we can cut this award in half? Just tremendous. This guy is just tremendous. A class act, as I said. I didn't expect anything less than someone being a class act from him on stage. But to me, he nailed it with that right there. Great honor. Deserving of the award. Defensive Rookie of the Year went to Joey Bosa. And let's see, the Defensive Player of the Year went to Khalil Mack. So there was some guys very deserving of the awards. And shout out to them all. Congratulations to them all. And again, to cap off the season with a Super Bowl win would be the greatest thing for Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons. I have to admit, guys, watching NFL honors last night, tuning back and forth between that and the Knicks game, and seeing the class of the Hall of Fame, I'm really disturbed, guys. I'm really, really disturbed. I'm not saying that the following people don't deserve to be there. Clearly, Jerry Jones deserves to be there. All right. I thought Kenny Easley was already in there. He should be in there. Okay. Kurt Warner, deserving. Ladanian Tomilson, deserving. Jason Taylor, he has a Hall of Fame career. I don't have a problem with that. Okay, Terrell Davis, I don't have a problem with that. Morton Anderson, the kicker, for sure, he should have been in there already. But I will say this: they voted in the wrong Terrell this time. And if you're gonna bring in a defensive player, Brian Dawkins should have been in there ahead of Jason Taylor. Not to say that neither one of those, Terrell Davis or Jason Taylor, does not belong in the Hall of Fame. But when you have Terrell Owens and Brian Dawkins on the ballot, those guys should have went in ahead of those two guys. Nothing against Terrell Davis. He only played 6 years. He had a magnificent 6 years. Don't get me wrong. But Terrell Owens is the second greatest wide receiver to ever play the game. It is a travesty, a debacle, that he is not in the Hall of Fame. I don't care about his off the field behavior or his locker room behavior. I know one thing: when he put on the pads, he was a player, and he is deserving of being in the Hall of Fame. And the fact that he has not been elected or selected or chosen is a shame on every writer who did not choose for that guy. Because the NFL Hall of Fame is about those who did it between the trenches, between the goal lines. And this guy did it for each and every team he went to. Sure, the Buffaloes and the Cleveland, that's a different story. Cincinnati, I'm sorry. That's a different story. He was just latching on. But when he was in San Francisco, a difference maker. When he was with the Eagles, a difference maker. When he was with the Cowboys, a difference maker. This is, you want to talk about a locker room guy that may have been controversial with teammates or whatever, and that's reasons why he should not be in there. Well, let me tell you something. T.O. is the only player that I ever seen come in front of national TV, in front of the cameras, and cry and say, "That's my teammate," in reference to Tony Romo. So if you're going to leave him out because he's always in controversy with players, how about put him in for that reason alone? How many NFL players, the gladiators that they are looked upon as or called that, get in front of the cameras and shed tears and cry talking about, "That's my teammate"? The guy had passion. He wanted to win. He wanted to win. This guy should have been in in the Hall of Fame without any question. And for anyone to think other than that, something is wrong with them. They should have their votes revoked. We have a call on the line. Good morning. Who's on the line?
What's going on? It's Kinlaw.
Kinlaw, what's going on? Welcome to the show. Welcome back. How are you?
Hey, man, everything's everything, man. I'm good.
All right. What would you like to talk about this morning?
Man, I'll tell you what, man. Let's go ahead and get to the elephant in the room. I haven't really been an Atlanta fan since the Deion Sanders days.
Okay.
Prime time, all that good stuff. I enjoyed the Andre Rison and things of that nature. Even back when they had the Dirty Bird thing going on, I was like, Atlanta, I'm not sure. But I'm going to go ahead and pull for Atlanta to win this Super Bowl. I think it'll be good for the city. It's been a while. Normally it'll be the Braves to kind of keep everything at home, but I think it'll be real good for them to finally get a championship in one of their major sports.
I agree. I mean, I believe it's been since 1994 since the Atlanta Braves won.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And they've had some solid teams too, some competitive teams. Just think, 2 years ago, Atlanta Hawks were Eastern Conference champions. Not too long ago, the Falcons was 14-2. Not too long ago, the Braves had a playoff run. So they've had some formidable teams out here in Atlanta. But this one here is a feel-good story. I believe this time around, the city is on fire. They're ready to erupt. It's like a volcano out here. They are ready to erupt. And let me ask you a question. I asked Al Davis the same question. I'm going to ask you this question, Kinlaw. With Matty Ice receiving the NFL MVP award last night and Offensive Player of the Year award, does that upset Brady? And does that hurt the Falcons' chances any by announcing it last night? Your thoughts on that?
It's almost like one of those things where Brady is like the LeBron James of the NBA for the last 5 or 6, 7 years or so. It's like we know what Brady's going to bring to the table. We know what Peyton Manning was going to bring to the table. I think to keep the fans engaged in anything, it's always about something new. So I think that by you establishing someone else as being somewhat the face of the league or something like that, or the franchise, I think it's good for the sport overall. I think it was good for the sport that a Cam Newton, a young black NFL quarterback, is MVP of the league. I think it's good that again, Atlanta, they haven't had anyone to receive such a high honor. Since when? Deion Sanders?
Yeah. Maybe so. But it's definitely a good story, a good award, well deserved. Again, I still go with Dak Prescott, but I can't be upset with this. And he deserved it. He threw for 4,800 yards. I think he completed like 70% of his passes. He had like 38 touchdowns, only 9 turnovers. I mean, Matt Ryan had a tremendous season, And before I let you go, Kinlaw, because I'm up against the clock myself, I got to ask you this. I don't see how Brian Dawkins and Terrell Owens is left out of the Hall of Fame last night. I just don't see it. I'm upset by that. I've been an Eagle fan for a long time. Brian Dawkins, one of the class acts at safety, a hard hitter, a leader, a spiritual leader in the locker room. And T.O., probably the second best wide receiver behind Jerry Rice. How do these guys get omitted from the Hall of Fame?
All right, let's start with Dawkins. If Dawkins was like a running back or a wide receiver, no question. I think the free safeties of the league don't get enough love. I think they just don't get enough recognition in general. I think with Dawkins, he's been a great player, a really good, solid player. Even though there's been times when Philadelphia's had a really good defense. I mean, you got to understand, they had Jeremiah Trotter, they had Troy, the other two quarterbacks on the on each side. I mean, they had some really solid defenses back when he was playing. Javon Curse.
Absolutely.
But again, Dawkins was better than without Dawkins, those guys couldn't do what they do.
Absolutely.
I think Dawkins, you got to put him up there with Palomino. You got to put Palomino up there with Brian Dawkins.
And didn't Dawkins win with Denver a Super Bowl? Maybe not.
Sure.
But
let's get to Terrell Owens. Terrell Owens is going to be treated like the Mark McGuire of the Major League.
Or Barry Bonds.
Barry Bonds. It's not that they don't like what their play was on the field. It was the baggage that they bring with it. And I think it's going to take them a little while before they kind of get over that. I think Terrell Owens is going to have to find his way of polishing up his character, his persona, get back into the league as a commentator, doing some things within his community, just keeping his nose clean, and then eventually I think they'll let him in. But you're right, him and Randy Moss are probably the two best receivers of my generation.
Absolutely.
That ever played the game.
Absolutely.
Ever played the game. And I mean, he's San Francisco, but they had nobody else to go to. He's played some double coverage. He was the Julio Jones of our day.
Absolutely, I agree.
And speaking of Julio Jones, you can make an argument that he probably should have been MVP because a lot of those yardages that Mike Ryan threw for was maybe a 10-yard cross around. Julio took it 60 yards to the house.
Well, I'm gonna say this. I don't think Julio Jones was in the MVP conversation. He didn't play every game like Matt Ryan. Not only that,
right.
In his absence, Matt Ryan still shined with guys like Taylor Gabriel, and Sanu, and even throwing little dinkers to the running backs coming out of the backfield. So no, clearly this wasn't about Matt Ryan against Julio Jones. Matt Ryan was very deserving of the award. I think the NFL got it right. I really do. I think they got it right. But anyway, hey, like I took.
One more thing, T-Rex.
Okay, go right ahead.
One more thing. Coming out with Anthony going to Cleveland is not going to be the good move for them. I think that will really hurt his legacy. I think he will. I just don't think that's the good move for him. I think they need to go ahead and squash that. I don't think Cleveland need to tweak anything else. I think Cleveland's good where they're at.
I agree with that. I just think that when it comes down to Carmelo, the Knicks are going to eventually trade him. But I don't think it's conducive to a team to trade for Carmelo in the middle of the season because the way the deadline sits, it sits like February 20th, and which gives you 6-7 weeks left of the season. Carmelo makes $27 million a year once the trade kicker kicks in. That means you're going to have to either give up one of your premier elite players or you're going to give up 4 to 5 role players that will total $27 million. And now you got to reinvent your team on the fly with less players. So I think that the best move for any team who's willing to trade for Carmelo is to trade for him in the summertime, so that this way they can go into camp with Carmelo, opposed to bringing him in now, losing 4 to 5 players, if not a key player, and trying to reinvent on the fly. So I see Carmelo remaining with the Knicks, and the Knicks trying to gut it out and sneak into the 8th spot, but their chances are diminishing slowly but surely. Hey, like I said, I appreciate the call, Kinlaw. I only got a few minutes left before I got to get out of here. But thanks for the call. Enjoy the game. Don't forget, 30 minutes after the game, Chopping It Up with Ramel will resume later on tonight.
We'll see you around there. All right.
All right, have a great one.
You too, man.
All right. Hey, guys, I got a few minutes before I go. I just want to acknowledge somebody. I'll give a shout-out to a good friend of mine. His name is Skip Mullen. He's tuning in from Tampa Bay on the Cat Williams comedy tour. Let me tell you about Skip a little bit. This guy here, he's a very good friend. When I got in a business that I work in back in Los Angeles, I met him, and he's been a mentor ever since. He's also had some experience in the acting field. He's done some acting, and behind the scenes, he's been critiquing me and giving me some insight and some tips on how to present myself in front of the cameras, how to stress certain words, what not to say, how to say. And I just want to give him a shout out for that, because listen, a lot that I've done or I do, it don't all come from me. I have people calling me up, giving me suggestions from my intro music. I have a video that I just don't think I can present on the air because of legal issues that another friend of mine that surprised me with. You guys don't know. You guys help me to be me when I come in front of the set. So I just want to thank all of y'all for that. Hold on, I got a call. And I wanted to acknowledge Skip on that. Good morning. Who's on the line?
What's up, Rod? Skip, what's good?
Oh, okay. What's going on, Skip? There's 2 Skips. There's a Skip Mullen, and then there's a Steven Skipper that I grew up with. And this is the Skipper I grew up with in Ravenswood. What's going on, Skip?
What up, man? What's good, Rod?
Not much.
Listening to you this morning, I do agree that just goes 10 times beyond his character what he did last night.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And that just shows he's the future of the Cowboys. So Romo, that just signs your papers out the door.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Also, as far as the Hall of Fame comments, yes, I do agree. Brian Dawkins deserved to get in.
Yes.
I think Easley was on the senior committee, so it was his last year, I think, or getting close to his last year that he could be nominated. So I think they put him in on that.
Okay.
Plus he left because of a irreversible kidney injury.
Okay.
He had to retire after 7 years. So.
Okay.
And then I think Jason Taylor could have waited another year. Even though he was great for his size and his time, he was only a 3-time defensive player of the year and 2 times All-Pro out of 13 years. Yes, he made a difference. I think he got in more so for the way he carried himself in the NFL, rather than and also with his career stats. But I think Kevin Mawae should have got a nod.
I agree with that. I thought he was the best center during his era.
I thought so also. And I thought he should have got in last year. But you can't deny Morton Anderson.
No.
All-time leading scorer.
No.
Come on, that's hands down.
Yeah, he should have been in on it.
And T.O.'s got to wait just like Chris Carter did.
You know what? With T.O., it is some bias. I just want to make a comment on Jason Taylor. Jason Taylor is 7th all-time leading in sack. I think he could have waited a year. I think Dawkins should have got the nod over him. Terrell Davis is good. Is a good story to see that he's in, but with 6 years of service, I don't know if that's enough. I would have voted in Terrell Owens over him, but regardless, Terrell Owens is being treated like Barry Bonds or even Albert Bell or Jim Rice. You know, I mean, Jim Rice was a monster baseball player. So why didn't he speak to the media? Maybe he had a language barrier. Who knows? But he was a monster baseball player. Albert Bell, a monster in Cleveland. He won't even get into the Hall of Fame unless he buys a ticket. And that's what T.O. is facing right now.
Yeah, and that's why I think that a lot of these Pro Bowlers should be voted in by their peers and not by the press.
Well, I'm gonna be careful with the peers because we saw it in the All-Star voting this year when the players voted.
But no, that was different. I'm talking about not by current players. I'm talking about by retired players.
Okay, even with
the All-Star game was horrible. That was
just
horrible.
despicable. That was despicable. That was
that just proved everyone's point as to why it shouldn't happen. And it took just one vote to show.
They need to keep it with the fans.
Yeah,
keep it with the fans. Keep it with the fans.
But yeah, T.O. I felt bad because he had some monster years.
Yeah,
he had some monster years wherever he went.
That's absolutely. Second best wide receiver outside of Jerry Rice. Hands down.
And it is biased. I think it's a biased reason I didn't get in. But, you know, it is what it is.
Okay.
But, according to Dak, I agree with all your comments. I think Matty Ice did earn it this year. I think Matty Ice had the best year of all quarterbacks, had the highest passer percentage, won tough games, you know, and without him, where would they be?
Yeah.
So, I mean, yes, I agree with that. Brady, I think the 4 games hurt him.
Yeah.
The 4 games that he missed, it hurt him, and Matty Ice is in Matty Ice.
Yeah.
And he had a convincing win in the NFC Championship game.
Yeah. I mean, he's well deserving of it. It's just that, you know what it is? I like Dak Prescott. He continues to amaze me. Yeah, I'm on record of saying this, and I'm going to repeat this. Dak Prescott is a guy that you can introduce to your sister or your daughter.
Yeah.
I'm being honest with you. I mean, early in the season, when he was making his name, making this run, he had invitations to go backstage to a Kanye West concert. What does he say? He says, nah, I got a game on Sunday. I need to get my rest. Who does that? I'm a grown man. I'll be 50. Yeah, Skip, I'll be 50. I might have took those passes. I might have took those passes. You know, I wish my son would behave like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's going to that concert. You know that? So, and then on the bye week, hey, Dak, what you going to do for the bye week? You know, I'm going to go see my grandmother. I haven't seen her in a while. Go get some home cooking.
Unbelievable.
Who does that?
Listen, he's destined for success.
Come on, man.
He's destined for success, and I think that he will sooner rather than later take the Cowboys to that promised land. I just do. If they can solidify their defense, they're going to be a very tough team, a very formidable team for the years to come because they're very young on offense, other than Jason Witten.
Well, I know you're a Cowboy fan, and I'm going to throw this at you. And these two players both have injury problems. Their teams went to the playoffs without them. Who says no to a Tony Romo, J.J. Watt trade?
Not me. Not me.
Who says no?
Not me.
Because clearly they need a quarterback. Jadeveon Clowney, he became all-pro in the absence of J.J. Watt, so they might be able to move on. And if J.J. Watt needs to resurrect his career, why not do it in Dallas?
I mean, I agree with that. I'll definitely listen. If that shit ever happened where we did that, and we got rid of Tony Romo and picked up J.J. Watt for that pass rusher we need from the outside, and if Lawrence can get consistent, man, we will be deadly. Because our linebackers are smart. With Sean Lee and McClain, we're smart.
Right.
But we don't have enough pressure on the quarterback to sustain that pressure.
Yeah, you're right. Hey, Skip, I'm up against the clock. Believe it or not, I got to take my daughter to work, and I'm pushing it, so I'm going to have to go. But I'm going to resume this 30 minutes after the game tonight. So if you're up, give me a call, and we can continue this talk. I know you want to talk some Knicks basketball. So do I.
Nah, I just got one question before you go, Rob.
All right.
And we can discuss this after the Super Bowl. Do you think Kurt Warner should have waited?
No. Kurt Warner's bananas. What he done, not too many other quarterbacks have done. He's taken 2 teams to the Super Bowl. Only him and Peyton Manning has done that, if I remember correctly. So, no.
You think first ballot, though?
Yeah, definitely.
Short career. Very short career.
Explosive. His career was more explosive than Terrell Davis.
Yes. I agree with that.
More explosive than Terrell Davis. No, he deserves to be in there. Deserves to be in there. And not saying that Terrell don't deserve to be in there, but I just thought his 6 years was really short. Kurt Warner, one thing about him, he came on the scene in St. Louis, did a phenomenal job. They won a Super Bowl. Somebody thought he was done. Went to the Giants, backed up Eli for a year.
Yeah.
Backed up Eli. Someone said, wait a minute, he ain't done yet. Brought him over to Arizona and took them to the Super Bowl. So, I mean, he waited his turn twice. Because remember, he was packing groceries before he got the call in St. Louis.
Right.
Tremendous.
I mean,
tremendous.
That's why I think Davis could have waited another year and they could have put in Kevin Mawae.
I agree.
I just thought either one of them.
I agree. All right, Skip, we talk soon. Thanks for the call.
All right, Rob. Good luck, man. I got Atlanta as well.
All right. Peace.
All right, bro. Peace.
Hey, that's going to do it for Chopping It Up with Ramel right now. I have to run. I'll see you guys later on today. Peace and blessings. Enjoy the game.